is that switch? Oh, there it is. What's up everybody, welcome back to another video. So today's gonna be another helpful tip, something else that a lot of people overlooked and I've never really done before. I was checking it out and I think it's something that I want to try. Just wanted to share with you guys a tip. So today we're going to be working on wiring your power steering pump switch, and I've located it, which I'm going to share with you guys a little bit right now. So if you guys didn't know, I K-swapped my Integra. I used to be a B series B18 B1 automatic. I went K20 Z3. So I also went manual, so I did the whole swap. But converting over a lot of the switches that are left out when you do K-swap that I feel that it's crucial to have on your car, I've just embarked a little bit on documenting a little bit of switches that are overlooked and pins, well mainly pins that are overlooked on your ECU once you do your swap. You guys have seen my previous videos. We already did the whole EVAP system, which I managed to pin everything onto the chassis itself. That was helpful. I also managed to, since this is a 2000, we do have a data link connector, an OBD scan port that came with the vehicle, because they actually, I believe, were introduced in '96. And I actually got the factory one to work with the car too by pinning it. So if you guys are interested in that, let me know. I'll record a video on explaining how I did it, to see maybe somebody that might want to retain theirs. And your conversion harness did not bring one, then by all means let me know. But it was fairly easy. It took me a while to figure it out, but it's not too hard. But I managed to get my OBD port from the stock car to work with the K series. Now I don't know if it's 100% working like it should. I tried it out and it was okay. But let's talk about the power steering pump switch. So you guys didn't know, my Integra K20 Z3 swap does have power steering. You guys want to check out the other videos on what I did, but essentially I just bought hoses for it. It also has an aftermarket kind of like power steering cooler that I ended up putting as well. Factory size on the B series is on that side. I ended up putting it, obviously routing it here, and then I kept the reservoir on that side. People usually relocate it here, but I want to have the space in this side. And I ended up using an RSX Type S, I believe from an 02, 04 high pressure line, which you guys can see. You do have to finesse it a little bit, and it does kind of look a little bit ghetto, but I mean it works. They do have aftermarket ones that are a little bit more, I guess, aesthetically pleasing, and they look better. But hey, this is the alternate cheaper budget route, which I ended up doing. And looking for that power steering switch, I believe it has to be, because I think it's located on that side originally from the B series, but I think it might be that one, which you guys can see right there. And I think that's the one that we're looking for, because I do not know or see any other plugs that are related to the power steering. If you guys know, maybe I might be wrong, it might be something else, but I believe that's it, because these all have to do with the AC and it has nothing to do with that. And obviously I think that's one of the AC compressor that I have to extend once I put AC as well. But we're talking about the power steering switch pump, and on your ECU, when you swap it over, you kind of leave it out, and I think it's really crucial to have, because essentially when you have it connected and it's reading off the ECU, when you're turning, you're obviously putting more load on the engine, because obviously the pump is you're turning the radius, and it's building up more pressure, thus creating a little bit more load on that pump, which is connected to your serpentine belt, putting a little bit more load on your engine, requesting a little bit more fuel and all that stuff while you're turning on those kind of harsh turning, if you want to say. But when you're turning, either way, you are putting a little bit more stress, because it is activating the pump a little bit harder. So essentially that sends the signal to the ECU to compensate for idling, as in like your fuel delivery and all that, which helps a lot. And that's something that's left out a lot, especially when you do the swap. I think the noticeable is really minimal, so that's why people usually don't really bother. Same with which I uncover, which is the brake switch, which I'm in the hunt for, because I destroy my wiring because I gutted it pretty much, and I put it on a diet so I won't retain a lot of the useless wirings that you do after the swap. And I might have pinned it somewhere else to get it out the way, and now I don't know which one it is, so I'm on the hunt for that one if I can figure it out, and then I'll explain a little bit how it will help or compensate if you guys are interested in doing that. But I had to figure that one out first. But yeah, I'm gonna show you guys inside the cabin. So keep in mind, chassis will be different. Obviously this is a 2000 Integra, and it's different as well when I looked up the ECU stock plug pinouts. But here we got the A plug. As you can see, I dabbed into it a lot, and it's going to be pin 26, which is that green one right there. It should be green one because this is a 32 pin, and it should be that green one right there, responsible for your power steering pump switch. And on the K series, which we have here, the E plug, I believe it should be 16, which you guys can see we got 15 and 14 right here, and those pretty much have to do with, I believe, my fuel tank pressure thing should be in there if I'm not mistaken, and then another crucial one that's run for your vehicle. If I know it, if I remember, I'll just put it up here, but it don't really matter because we're looking for 16, and you can see that empty slot right there, and that's where we're gonna be swapping it over. There you go, we're all done. We have pinned it to Echo. You can see Echo 16 right there, and you guys are all done. I'm gonna clean this up, and we are good. And don't forget to subscribe for more K series related content here. See you guys.